So we are continued reading the chapter 2, Deliverance of Prostitute. So yesterday we stopped up until where um, the prostitutes donated all the money she earned to the ill means, and I think that is one way to get rid of uh, sinful activities and whatever we earn from doing those kind of stuff. So continuing on that, as she's transforming, Haridasa Thakura disciple strictly executed the orders of her spiritual master. She shaved her head and, wearing only a single cloth, stayed at her master's former hermitage, chanting the Mahamantra throughout the day and night 300,000 times. She worshipped the Tulasi plant and only ate what she received as alms. If nothing was supplied, she fasted. In this way, she conquered her senses and symptoms of love of God manifested in her person. She became a celebrated devotee, became extremely elevated, and many stalwart devotees came to see her. So Srila Prabhupada comments. When a prostitute or any other fallen soul becomes a Vaishnava stalwart, devotees are interested in seeing them. Anyone can become a Vaishnava if he or she follows a Vaishnava principles. A devotee who follows these principles is no longer on the material platform. Therefore, it is one's strict adherence to the principles that should be considered, not the country of one's birth. Many devotees join our Krishna conscious movement from Europe and America, but one should not therefore consider them European Vaishnavas or American Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is a Vaishnava and should therefore be given all respect due a Vaishnava. Like the prostitute, many modern Vaishnavas were prostitute to materialistic society, dedicated for dedicated followers of the hedonistic principles of eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. Such atheistic notions have eaten into the very vitals of contemporary society. Having understood the spiritual responsibility of human form of life, the Vaishnavas of the modern era also adopt a serious level of renunciation like the former prostitute. Although they may not come up to our standard, they are very reluctant to stoop to the lower levels of mindless hedonism practiced in their former lives. This is only possible by the mercy of pure Vaishnava like Srila Prabhupada. Some persons foolishly think that Krishna's formula, Bhagavad Gita 4:13, which puts the emphasis on quality and activity, guna and karma, is insufficient and the birth Janma is more important consideration. This pathetic idea has been current for many centuries. All of the stalwart acharyas, including Haridasa Thakura, the six Goswamis and their followers, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakura, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura, Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and all our great Vaishnavas in the lineage of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have taught this principle from Bhagavad Gita that qualification is based on one's practical activities and qualities. The great Vaishnava stalwarts never carry a fig for the paltry mundane arguments offered by persons motivated by a materialistic desire for false prestige and bewildered by bodily consciousness. When the people saw the great Vaishnavi's sublime character, they were astonished and appreciated all the more Haridasa Thakura's influence, offering him obeisances and glorification. In contemporary Western society, the emphasis on birth is often supplanted by the emphasis on wealth, power, beauty, intelligence, fame, etc. Those who have such opulences generated by their previous pious acts, karma, imagine that they have been placed in a special category or have been empowered by God. They consider that possessing such opulences indicates their God-given or fate-driven superiority as humans, and that others should recognize them as such and defer to them in every way. However, simply possessing opulence does not signify or guarantee its appropriate use. When such qualities are utilized to exploit other humans, animals, plants, or earth itself for sensuous pleasure, thus reinforcing the illusory sense of being the cynosure of all the eyes and worthy of adulation, profit, and distribution. Such childish, ignorant egotism merely highlights the full implication in illusion of such fools. Maya, Maya Paharta, Mayaya Paharta Jnana. Their knowledge is stolen by the illusionary energy. Their fate is dark unless they are fortunate enough to receive the merciful intervention of a pure soul. The fate of Ramachandra Khan. Ramachandra Khan was infuriated by the failure of his scheme. Although he had previously been a non-devotee and an atheist, now he became completely demoniac. Srila Prabhupada compares him to Ravana, who, although born of a Brahmana father, Vishwasrava, became an Asura by offense to the Lord Raman and his greatest devotee, the Vaishnava Hanuman. Thus, by Ramachandra Khan's offenses committed to Haridasa Thakura and others, he was doomed. He cultivated a burning hatred towards Vaishnava throughout his life and eventually gathered the bitter fruits of his cultivation. When Lord Nityananda later toured Bengal to preach love of God on the order of Lord Chaitanya, he came to the house of Ramachandra Khan and sat down on the altar of the Durga Mandapa. The courtyard soon filled up with crowds of people. Ramachandra Khan, considering it beneath him to make personal appearance to receive his exalted guest, sent a servant. The servant informed the Lord, "My dear sir, Ramachandra Khan has sent me to accommodate you in some common man's house. You might go to the house of a milkman, for the cowshed is spacious, whereas the space here in Durga Mandapa is insufficient because you have many followers with you." So many words, the servant, acting as a representative of Ramachandra Khan, was telling Lord Nityananda to go away. When Lord Nityananda heard this, he became angry and left that place. Laughing loudly, he spoke as follows: Ramachandra Khan has spoken rightly. This place is unfit for me. It is fit for cow killing meat eaters. He then left the home of Ramachandra Khan and his village as well. Ramachandra Khan was so obnoxious in his attitude that he had the dirt in the place where Nityananda Prabhu sat dug up. He tried to purify the area by sprinkling it with water mixed with cow dung. Nevertheless, his mind remained unsatisfied. I think we can stop here reading. So as we are continuing, so the prostitute become a very sincere devotee. She shaved her head, wearing single cloth. She was practicing, chanting 300,000 names a day and worshipping the Tulsi, and she became a very celebrated devotee. So and a lot of devotees want to see her, and as Prabhupada comments, anyone can become a Vaishnava as long as they follow the Vaishnava principles. If they're, prostitute or any fallen soul can be purified and become a Vaishnava as long as they follow the Vaishnava principle. And also Prabhupada mentioning here, Vaishnava is Vaishnava, we don't need to, tag them with, their country or other aspects. And, as Prabhupada is mentioning here, so there are many like the prostitute, many modern Vaishnavas are prostitutes to the material society. So, but only by mercy of pure Vaishnava, one can come out of it and become a devotee by following the Vaishnava principles. And it's also mentioned about not only based on guna karma, the qualification is based on one's practical activities and qualities. And also there should not be any emphasis on which family they born in, and whether their social status based on wealth, power, beauty, intelligence. Those are all the not way to recognize every, and whatever opulence or whatever qualities we have got, it is given by Krishna, so we have to use them in his service, or we have to think that by Krishna's mercy, whatever qualities are good we have, it is due to Krishna, not to be puffed up with whatever simple things we have, or and becoming egoistic. Otherwise, it says like their knowledge is torn by illusion energy, and their fate is dark. And also, as Ramachandra Khan's plan got flop, and the prostitute became a devotee, he was not happy with that. He became a non-atheist, more atheistic, more demoniac, and he got more and more hatred towards Haridas Thakur and Vaishnavas. And when Lord Nityananda came to see him, he got offended and he didn't take care of Nityananda properly. And when he asked Nityananda to leave, and this is not the place for him, and Nityananda saying that, yes, it is unfit for him to stay there because it's fit for cow killing and meat eaters. So he left that place. And as this become a big Vaishnava parada. Obviously, there is a uh, consequences or effect of Vaishnava parada Ramachandra Khan has to go through. So what it is, I think we will see in the future pages.